Today, the Austin bomber dies in a fiery explosion merely hours after Q cryptically posts about it on the forum. Hi, I'm Craig, and this is Just Informed Talk. I want to do what I always do and start off by saying thank you to each and every one of my subscribers. You guys are really the salt of the earth. You're what make this channel possible. And a special heads up to everyone for this episode. We've gotten to 100 patrons on Patreon, and we'll be featuring each and every one of you. If you haven't yet, come here to the landing page, click the big red subscribe button, make sure you click the bell for notifications. That way, as soon as this information gets posted, you will be notified. Now, nothing new on the Q board as of today, but this is the beginning, okay? As I said before, Q even says right here, he points out that we know. I mean, look at who's in the news today. All right, we're going to go over Mark Zuckerberg and how he's putting out a statement via the Cambridge Analytica scandal. And also, I think I've identified who the former intelligence director was. It was either one of two, and I had guessed yesterday in my video it was James Clapper. It's becoming quite apparent now that it's actually John O'Brien, and we're going to get into that in this video. But first, this story is just breaking, okay? So this is a story from NPR talking about how the Austin bomber's friend says he's not a psychopath, which this is all going to be building a case against, I think, our research, in my opinion. And I'm going to explain how and why as we go through this. But basically what happened today is just hours after the Q post from yesterday where he says, the FBI opened a case on Q today, read boom statements, and now the Texas bombings. Coordinated to end comms here. Predictable. They are scared. 4 a.m., they will fail. We know the details. Wednesday, Q. So there is obviously a foreknowledge here. He's giving us this information. It's incredible to get this information here and then turn on the TV the next day and see it pop up. But so this guy, his name is Mark Anthony Condit, and he's from a little town in Texas near Austin, and or near that area, that general area. And so far, what they figured out about this suspect is pretty simple. There's not a lot of detail. They've just said that they're not sure if he's working alone yet. They found him at a hotel. They tracked his cell phone. It was when he went to use the FedEx package. And I even joked to a friend of mine, the other day, that I was like, how does this guy walk into a FedEx office and not get identified? Because I was like, I've used FedEx and they want everything besides a DNA sample when you go in there. This is the level of information they take from you in order to transfer your package. Now, it obviously backfired on him. This guy got cocky or confident, went in and did it. But you know what's really sad here is we won't be able to hear his side of the story. We'll never really be able to hear what he has to say about why he did all this. And that is always a telltale sign that there's something amiss. Now, I don't know what that is yet. We're going to keep getting the details as they come to us. But I want you guys to kind of stick with me through this and let me know what you think in the comments, because I even had somebody yesterday, a great commenter, they mentioned, right? They said, I think they're gonna have this guy commit suicide or die, and then they're gonna frame him and blame him and say he was a Q nut or something in that realm. That was kind of the general gist of what he was saying. And lo and behold, I turned on the TV today, and of course, he has died in a fiery explosion after a SWAT team pursued him down a highway, I believe, after locating him at a Red Roof Inn in Texas. So, this goes to prove a few different things. That obviously this person was or is being purported as being involved. We don't have much information because I don't know if they've connected all the dots here, yes. But the fact that this guy goes and he literally blows himself up. I mean, you talk about destroying all the evidence and destroying any shred of a hope to be able to get to this guy and to figure out what his mindset was and what his motivations were. But then you take that and compound it with the fact that there's still not any details really out there, and you have NPR running their stories about how he was not a psychopath. So if this actually comes out that he's been as the media would call it, a conspiracy theorist or a truther or somebody who investigates these kind of things, and that he became, triggered through some kind of events. Other reports have shown that there's a guy named Mark Condon who is responsible for creating a blog online. So that's definitely something to look at. Um, and I'm going to pull that article right now. So here's an article on heavy.com, and it's basically going through 5 facts that you need to know about Mark Anthony Condon. But what it points to is that there's a lot more to this story that we have yet to figure out. But they actually were able to identify who he is by a exotic battery that he used. They found him in a hotel parking lot where he was fleeing, and there's a picture of the crime scene with his vehicle, and I think that was a SWAT vehicle, and then he decided to blow himself up. Now we scroll down here, and it talks about how he wanted to cause mayhem and death, according to a law enforcement official. Then it says Condon lived in Pflugerville, with 2 roommates in a house he bought and built with his father. Now his parents are apparently they own this pretty big locally contracting, construction, investment firm type deal, and that definitely is going to warrant more research. And they were actually, it would appear they were actually pretty well off for what they had. Then there was this blog, right? He authored a blog, allegedly. He authored a blog in 2012 called Defining My Stance, on which he argued that gay marriage should be illegal, and also wrote about abortion, terrorism, sex offender registration, and the death penalty. And I kind of read through it briefly, and his basic stands are that he is against gay marriage. He thought it should be illegal. He was against abortion. He talked about how terrorism is a plight. He said that he had this weird stance about how sex offenders shouldn't be registered and how it's not fair to mark them. And I don't know what the heck this guy is thinking. He's out there in La La Land. And yeah, so, and then he also writes about the death penalty. So you can go scroll through this yourself. He kind of goes into a few different weird places. He says we should do away with the sex offender registration. He argued against the release of an Al-Qaeda terrorist who has made a deal with the U.S. government, so on and so forth. And here's how he starts it. He goes, my name is Mark Condon. I enjoy cycling, parkour, tennis, reading, and listening to music. I am not that politically inclined. I view myself as a conservative, but I don't think I have enough information to defend my stance as well as it should be defended. The reasons I am taking this class is because I want to understand the U.S. government, and I hope that it will help me clarify my stance and then defend it. So this guy was obviously, this is from 2012, by the way, and it's fairly obvious here that he's being indoctrinated in the liberal college system. It's purported that he went to Austin Community College. I mean, Austin's an incredibly liberal town. I can only imagine what kind of classes they're introducing in that community college setting, and especially classes dealing with government. So obviously he was somehow radicalized from here, going in 4 years into the, or 6 years into the future, to today, where he has been accused of 5 different bombings, and ultimately taking his own life with the weapon of choice that he had been using. So I mean, this is all going to tie back to Q. I mean, let me know what you guys think, but where I'm heading with this is exactly what I laid out yesterday. We don't have any evidence to suggest that they're going to connect Q to this, but you guys just wait and watch. I mean, they start with the late night shows. As you guys saw, if you want to check out my last episode, I go through how there's a show with the conspiracy guy. gosh, I can't even remember that guy's name. He's pretty forgettable face, pretty forgettable content. So, but Jordan Klepper, and how he has this show where he basically impersonates Alex Jones and does his whole Stephen Colbert, the Colbert Report shtick, kind of being a fake truther, just as Colbert played a fake conservative. So these people, all they know how to do is fake things. That's the thing that keeps pointing or becoming poignant to me, is that they just know how to fake being whatever they are in order to propagandize and mislead you, the viewer. I know you guys at this channel are awoke to what's happening, and you guys know that there is way more that's going on beneath the surface than they will ever let you know. Now, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, Zuckerberg had to come out and release a statement today because of Cambridge Analytica, talking about we need to fix our breach of trust. He goes through this whole long statement talking about how he had a 3-point plan to investigate all third-party apps with access to large amounts of information, and to further restrict third-party access to prevent future abuses, and make sure users understand which apps they've given access to their information. I mean, these people pulled off the biggest heist of information you could ever imagine, and they stole it illegally, okay? They did not tell you what they were going to use that information for, okay? And if it's not, let's say it's not illegal, hypothetically, it's the biggest breach of confidence one could ever imagine. That this, I've been talking about Zuckerberg in my last few videos, and you guys who have been watching the episodes will know, this guy does not care about you, in my opinion. This guy does not give two flying you-know-whats about you or your family or your loved ones or what's going on in your life, because he has an agenda, and his agenda is to basically become rich and to transcend the regular people and to just become an elite, and he'll never have to worry about anything again. And he's just in his own la la land. You know, he genuinely dislikes people. He calls people who trust him dumb expletives, dumb effers, if you will. And that's his MO. That's his, from what I can gather, in my opinion. So you have to see through this whole his publicists and his PR firm and his lawyers probably came to him and said, Zuckerberg, we got to put out a statement. You know, the bad press is getting to you, or getting to us here, and because, you know, there's articles all over talking about, you know, how Mark Zuckerberg's just completely absent. I've been pointing them out in the episodes here previous to the Q posting about who Mark Zuckerberg is and what his real MO is. And so going back here, that's what that is. Now, some people said this might be real time. I wanted to defend my position here. I'm pretty sure it's Rex Tillerson, and I could be wrong, but think of it this way. Rex Tillerson is not officially out of the State Department until, I believe, March 31st, when he actually stepped down officially from the United States State Department. Right now, he's turned over all of his active duties to the Deputy Secretary of State, I believe. And so you have him still in power there, and he is trying his best to get with his global buddies and to mask and spin this. And you see it all rolled out today. So they're in a meeting yesterday, and Q's telling us about it. They're having a meeting. They leave their cell phones outside. There's 5 political people. There's John Brennan. There's Mark Zuckerberg. There's Rex Tillerson. That makes 8 if you take 6 and 2, right? So, and then there's an acronym for this AN0N. Hold on, let me pull that up. So here it is. AN0N is the Integrated Digital Enhanced Network. It's a mobile telecommunications technology developed by Motorola, which provides its users the benefit of trunked radio and a cellular telephone. It was called the first mobile social network by many technology analysts. AN0N places more users in a given spectral space compared to analog cellular and two-way radio systems by using speech compression and time division multiple access. Okay, so basically what it does, it took the phone that we all know and kind of turned it into the smartphone. This technology did. And why is that mentioned, and why is that important? Because it's being used to, what it would appear is or it's being identified by friendly insiders. But I'm still not clear on all that. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, because that one kind of, it could go a few different ways, and I'd really like to hear your thoughts and theories and opinions on that. But this is the main, they came on, they're in the meeting talking about how they're going to spin what is coming out today. Okay, what is coming out today is that Mark Zuckerberg's officially making a statement apologizing for what Cambridge Analytica did, how he betrayed the trust of all of his users by giving their data to a third party without even telling you that he's going to do that, and then for political motivations nonetheless. You have John Brennan. Oh my gosh, John Brennan. He's getting on TV now and saying Trump has something to fear, quote unquote, from Russia. He says Putin may, quote, have something on Trump. Right? This guy right here. And this is the same guy here on Twitter who writes this, basically a threat, if you will, to the President of the United States. In my opinion, it's a veiled threat. It says, when the full extent of your venality, moral turpitude, and political corruption becomes known, you will take your rightful place as a disgraced demagogue in the dustbin of history. You may scapegoat Andy McCabe, but you will not destroy America. America will triumph over you. What? How is America going to triumph over a president who's been duly elected, who's a patriot, who loves this country, whose entire platform is making America great again and keeping America great? I mean, what world does this guy live in? Look at his face. He looks like a curmudgeonly old, just shriveled up piece of garbage. I mean, I don't get too vitriolic here with this, or too angry, but this guy just looks like the scumbag of scumbags, and he even chose a picture that represents exactly what he is, in my personal, humble opinion. So you guys let me know what you think of his raisin-faced scowl in the comments. I would love to hear it. And these are the people who we are up against, okay? Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the end. There's going to be more Q posts. They're coming up soon, and they're going to be explaining a lot of what's going on. But put it this way, they will fail. They will never succeed in defeating us. They are inferior to what we have, which is the people, and we have the power, and we have God, most importantly, on our side, because we are coming with the lightness and spreading it where there is darkness. And trust me, darkness abounds. Darkness abounds. Okay? So thank you guys for joining me here. This is a pretty short video. And today we're going to have a really special kind of thank you here at the end to all my we hit my first goal on Patreon. We got 100 patrons. So you guys can look forward to hearing that. So that really kind of, it speaks to what this channel has become, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. I want to say thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You guys really will make this channel possible. Without you, this channel would be nothing. If you haven't, make sure you come here and click the subscribe button. That way, and hit the bell for notifications. That way, as soon as these videos get posted, you'll be notified. But that's kind of the easiest way to contribute, is just hitting that subscribe button. Another way to contribute, which I love, is you guys come down, fill in the comments. The comments are what make this channel really special and different and unique. And I think it's a part of what keeps us alive and going, is that we have such a vibrant, insightful, thoughtful group of wonderful individuals. Of course, there's going to be haters and trolls and bots, but we don't pay any mind to them. We focus on making each and every one of these comment threads a QAnon research board where we kick around ideas and we figure out what Q is referring to in all these posts together, because that is the way we defeat this, is by figuring it out together, because together we are strong, separated we are weak. Now, another way you can help out the channel if you want is to just come over here and check out my Twitter page. It's at Justin_formed, and a great thing about my Twitter page is that all my videos automatically get posted here to Twitter, so you'll be notified there at the exact same time you would be notified on YouTube. So if you want to kind of have double verification, I know a lot of people say the notifications on YouTube sometimes don't work. This one you'll definitely be able to go check. They're always up. They're always automatically posted the exact same second that my videos get posted to YouTube. So that's a cool thing you should check out. Again, at Justin_formed on Twitter. Now, if you're looking for another way to help, come over here to my Patreon page. Look at this. We've reached our first goal, 100 patrons, and this is the video where I'm going to mention each one of you by name and say thank you so much. So I'm going to have a little credit roll at the end with a special message that I want you guys to take with you and just know that you guys are really the salt of the earth, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. I'm so grateful and thankful, and I'm going to be working on my next goal, so you guys look forward to check that out on my Patreon page. If you want to come here to Patreon, go to patreon.com/justinformedtalk, or come to patreon.com and search justinformedtalk. It'll take you to this landing page. You can click the red button to become a patron, and I'm going to work on a really cool goal for my next goal, so you guys look forward to coming and checking that out. Now, check out my rewards too. You can earn a chance for an email correspondence, plus you can have a chance to become a featured Patreon patron. Again, my featured Patreon patrons, you guys are coming up at the end of the month here. We will have an episode and we will feature each and every one of you a little more directly and special way, but not to say that everyone here is not special. You guys are really what make this channel work, so thank you. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am. Thank you so much. And thank you in advance for people who are going to come check it out. That's going to be it for today. But before we go, I want to talk about something super important to me. And it's that God is good. God is truly good. We come in these tumultuous times. We come in these turbulent times. We come in these times of uncertainty. We watch the news and there's bombings and there's liars and there's scandals and there's cheaters and there's all types of awful, awful things. But we have to present God to the world, to bring Him into everyone else's lives. It's our duty as Christians to spread that word. And whether you're an atheist or agnostic, or you're just having a rough time and you're not really strong with your connection to God, whatever situation you find yourself in, there is always an opportunity for redemption. And it's really simple. You just have to accept the Lord into your heart and understand that Jesus died on the cross for your sins. And that means that you're eternally forgiven and that you have a spot in heaven waiting for you. But you have to embrace God, and you have to live your life the way that God wants us to live our lives. And that's honoring Him and spreading His word far and wide. The minute you embrace that and do that, you'll find that so many blessings come into your house, and your family and your friends will see it, and you will have just an amazing, amazing experience, and it will reverberate through all facets of your life, and you'll see that the rippling effect of how God's grace truly can save not just you, but the whole world. So I'm going to leave it there. I want to say thank you all for watching. Stay tuned, because right after I sign off here, I'm going to roll my special message for all my my first 100 Patreon patrons. So you guys are really, really the best. Thank you so much. Make sure you come here and click the red subscribe button. Click the bell for notifications. That's going to be it for tonight's episode. Thank you. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. God bless and Godspeed, Patriots. Stay tuned.